All right, round 2 of this best of 5. Let's get to it. I'm not really sure how to play Chaos versus Dark Elves. I mean, you did pretty well there, honestly. I like Trolls. A lot of people don't agree with that, but I think unarmored Trolls are super useful. City of Doors, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Appreciate you. Let me know if you have a request later in the stream when I get to playing battles myself. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and load into this fight and see who comes out in game 2 of this best of 5 final between Protocol Wired and Dynamite. So, get into it now. Fall of Man is the map, and Protocol Wired has a 1-0 lead so far. What do you use the Trolls for? They rout when hit by a stiff breeze. Yeah, that's all part of the build design, bro. They run away, they regenerate. But the reason I like them is 800 apiece, you can bring a decent amount of them, and if you pair them with cheap Chaos Infantry, they can crush through. And then I also find that their mass can help if you go up against any Bloodrack Shrines or just normal chariots. And the thing is, Trolls can get shot with missiles a lot, but unless you're careless with them, they won't die, and then you're absorbing missiles for other units that can't regen, and then you can get a lot of... I think they're a high micro unit, like they're definitely glass cannon-y, but the mass they provide, the regeneration they provide, and their ability to turn the tide in some infantry battles where your infantry would typically lose, I think makes them a pretty strong option in a lot of matchups, and in particular against Dark Elves. But to each their own. I'm also a guy who brings armored Trolls versus the High Elves because I like armored Trolls in that matchup. Now, ooh, 1 second. Okay, intro card, already just being an asshole. Alright, here we have it. Protocol Wired and the Norskins taking on Dynamite 656 in the Vampire Coast. As I mentioned earlier, this is round 2. I do not have amnesia. I just happen to repeat myself a lot because I like to do it for the YouTube videos that I upload afterwards. But going over the Norscan army first, we have 2 units of Marauder Horsemen, one of them with throwing axes for that armor piercing. Gonna have Marauders, the Icehorn Marauders, and a 3rd Marauder here, and it looks like we'll have another 2 of them on the right flank. We've got Marauder Berserkers down here. These guys just coming in hot, getting ready to slice and dice through the undead infantry. Looks like we have 3 total. 2 javelins in the back line. We've got some frost trolls as well coming into battle. And then we're going to be looking at a Brace Shaman, or sorry, a Shaman Sorcerer of Metal, Plague of Rust and Syrian Doom to help out with the javelins. Got a Skinwolf Werekin coming into combat here with his armor ability and Deadly Onslaught. And then, of course, Wolfric the Wanderer on top of his Mammoth. Seafang and the Hunter of Champions going to be on top of him. Now, for the Vampire Coast, oh man, things are starting to pop off. Let me put it in slow-mo really quick, make sure I don't miss too much. We've got Mournguls on the field, and not just one. It looks like we have 2 of them. One of them being the Night Terrors, who are running away from Wolfric and his Skinwolf at the moment. Up on this hill, we have some zombie pirate deckhand mob with polearms protecting a carronade as it fires down. We're going to be looking at some zombie pirate with handguns here. We're going to have some rotting Prometheans, these lovely crabs just getting ready to slice into the Viking forces. Frontline, we're going to have some zombie pirate, just regular old zombie pirate deckhand mob. And then we're going to have some bombers here too, so we'll see how they do. They do fare very well against lightly armored targets. Over here for the heavy-hitting monster, we've got the Rotting Leviathan using that ship hole as his shell. And then we have a Vampire Fleet Captain. Lore Vampires just going to be on foot. Going to be bringing Taunt, Invocation from Heck, and Raise Dead. Actually, Drown Dead, I suppose is the correct term. And where's the leader? Aha! There's our leader. It's going to be Luther Harkin. Once again on foot, we got Hornswaggle and the Magical Void. And let's go ahead and get to it from here. It looks like there are some deck droppers up in the air with handguns that I missed as well. But right now, the Night Terrors do not want to be in this combat. Wolfric the Wanderer and his Skinwolf Werekin will make quick work of them. Over here, these Mournguls trying to get in to combat the Icehorn Marauders. Also not the ideal target. They should win that combat, but not with missile fire supporting them. And also these guys are immune to psychology, which means fear doesn't affect them or anything like that. Over here, Seafang. Oh, just going to go through the zombie pirate polearms, doing a lot of damage, but honestly, maybe not the best cast of it. Over here, looks like an invocation of Nehek just went down on these Morghuls, but the Night Terrors are just getting crushed right now, and we have a Rotting Leviathan coming in who seems to be doing some nice damage, attacking Wulfric the Wanderer in the rear with that Hornswaggle popped on top of him. But, you know, this is just bad news bears for those Night Terrors. Very expensive unit. They cause terror, and then over here, these Morghuls seem to be getting taken out too by some Berserkers. Also, the backline is compromised. These bombers, I wish I would have been over here to see how their bombs did in combat, but right now, looks like they're just getting slaughtered by the Marauders. I guess butchered? They're not getting slaughtered. That entails you're killing a live thing, and these are, after all, just animated corpses. Nothing alive about them. And Ice Trolls over here just having a field day against the Zombie Pirate Deckhand mob. Over here, Rotting Prometheans in combat against these Hunters with Javelins. Nice pick here. Looks like they're going to be doing a very clutch play here to take out the skirmish, but it may just be too little too late, as the Rotting Leviathan has just been getting decimated when a Plague of Rust was on top of him, and the Javelins continue to throw these long missiles into his back. Is he going to be able to kill off Wulfric the Wanderer? I don't know. He's pretty low on health. Wulfric is losing health very, very quickly. He's getting shot in the back by the deck droppers, but I think the Rotting Leviathan is going to die too. It's going to sit back there trying to do some damage, but oh my goodness. Like they timed it on purpose. Wulfric and the Rotting Leviathan are going to die at the exact same moment. Luther Harkin is in combat here. Skinwolf Werekin is over here as well. But yeah, I can't believe the Night Terrors are even still around at this point in the battle. Down to 2 models. They should be crumbling out of existence any moment now, but ooh, I guess they held on much longer than I ever thought they would have. Over here, Assyrian Doom getting popped. Will the timing be right? Oh, it looks like it will indeed, doing some nice damage to that Zombie Pirate mob with handguns. Over here, going to see Luther Harkin just staying in combat. Both he and the Skinwolf Werekin have regeneration, so I think the only thing that's going to give the Werekin the edge is having infantry support nearby. But other than that, the rest of the Vampire Coast forces across the field of battle just are getting whittled down. I really don't see anything here that's going to hold together in the late game. Trolls helping take out these Rotting Prometheans. What the hell is that? Taunt going down. But yeah, looks like army losses may kick in here pretty quickly. Going in, we're going to watch the Rotting Prometheans fight it out with the Ice Trolls, but the Ice Trolls just basically perfectly made to counter them with their armor piercing. Javelins can continue firing in here, and it looks like Luther Harkin is going to be the sole resistance, along with some... Nope, yeah, that's it, just him. Everything else on this battle is going to the Norskins. You know, we have the deck droppers up here with handguns firing away. How they aim is beyond me, getting carried by these bats, but hey, they've been doing it for a long time, I'm sure. A lot of practice. There goes the Shatter, and looks like we have a GG, ladies and gentlemen. And now a 2-0 lead for Protocol Wired over his opponent, Dynamite! But yeah, some crazy kills on the Norscan infantry here. 98, 82, 177, 114, 123 on the Ice Trolls. Rotting Leviathan, great job helping kill off Wulfric the Wanderer there, but I just think these Morghuls got into combat way too early and just took so much damage so early on that they really didn't have a chance to shine. I do think I would have liked to see maybe a bit more chaff in this Vampire Coast army. Buy more time, for instance, for the bombers to get some damage in, but I understand, I guess, the logic behind it. But for me, ditching one Morgul, getting more units probably would have been a better decision in the end. Also, I think the Lamprey's Revenge, if you're going to bring Rotting Prometheans, is the way to go. That passive regeneration really increases their durability in combat, and don't need to waste Invocation to heck on them. Cannon placement, I would have done further back up on the hill, not right there on the ledge, because even though the ledge is a tempting thing, unless it's pretty high up, you want to avoid it, because units can kind of like rush to the cliff, and then they're out of your firing range. So because basically the cliff you're on is going to start blocking them. And I with artillery, except in rare circumstances where I'll have multiple staggered from front to mid to rear, I would definitely recommend just keeping him further back on the battlefield. Dimmy Moon, thank you for the follow, my friend. I appreciate